Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 7 theme lands of the Magic Kingdom. As you approach the entrance, please keep your party together and have your tickets ready.
Broadcasting live from 38 Studios in Providence, this is the Go Ask Mickey podcast, helping you with the tips, tricks, and the tools needed to save you time and money on your next Disney vacation. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, send them to goaskmickey@gmail.com.
This week on the Go Ask Mickey podcast, Disney's club-level value meal has been supersized. Mickey has lost his voice at the Magic Kingdom. And we discuss if a Walt Disney World annual pass is worth it. So grab your backstage pass and follow me to the show, because this is the Go Ask Mickey podcast. Welcome, everyone, to the Go Ask Mickey podcast, episode number 35. My name's Jerry, and you're not. On this week's episode, we have some Disney news, as well as if Walt Disney World's annual pass is worth it. That's the question we ask. So we will talk about that a little bit later. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, downloading, and listening. The stats have been up lately, and I want to just reach out and say thank you to all the people who have been listening, and for all the new listeners, welcome! I hope you like what you hear. If not, don't tell anybody. All right, with all that being said, let's get on to some news and see what's going on around the world.
Good evening, I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
Okay, the biggest news this week is that Walt Disney World is now offering club-level resort guests the ability to purchase 3 additional Fast Passes to use on any given day as part of a new upcharge. That's in big capital letters. Wonder why. Upcharge offering. These 3 additional Fast Passes will cost $50 a day per person. Wow, per person. And can be used at any park. The service will only be offered to club-level guests who have a 3-day minimum stay. Wow, I sound like a rich guy talking like this. This is a new upcharge and can be purchased now, as guests with upcoming visits who are thinking of purchasing this option should know that Disney will be extending the FastPass reservation window for these special premium FastPasses. As guests who purchase this add-on, quote-unquote, add-on, can book their reservations as unheard of 90 days in advance. Yes, folks, 90 days. Now getting first crack at getting reservations for popular attractions like Flight of Passage, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Frozen Ever After, and all the sellout early bird specials, as guests snap up the FastPass reservations in advance. Now, in addition, a final perk for purchases for this upcharge, club-level resort guests who buy this extra FastPass will also receive a special thank you and a pat on the back from Mickey will receive a special pass for premium reserved seating for any of the nighttime spectacular offerings at any of the 4 parks. It is unknown how or if this program will be expanded in the future, but we will definitely be keeping an eye on the new perk. As well, it could be an indicator of more Fast Passes or upcharge opportunities to come in the future. Now, this all started with Shanghai Disney, and they started this a premium pass, they called it, where you could buy for I think it was like an $80 fee, a $79 fee, and you can get 7 rides for that $79 fee or whatever. Which seemed, in my eyes, a pretty good deal. You were only limited to certain 7 rides, and they had those listed, and you could buy these rides and ride them for a day. So with the $70, you could ride those rides, and you get the additional 3 Fast Passes. So you're getting 10, and they did this over at Shanghai, Then they switched over a couple months ago and they did a Max Pass over at Disneyland to get rid of the paper Fast Pass. They did a Max Pass, which you could buy an extra Fast Pass, and now they're doing it at Walt Disney World. But they're testing the waters basically to see if this will be available for when Star Wars Land comes to fruition. Now, me personally, I don't care. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to worry about standing in line for 20 minutes. If a ride is over 45 minutes of a wait, I won't stand in it. I'll go somewhere else. That's my option. I'm not going to pay to not stand in that line. It's not worth it for me. But for somebody to pay that, and there will be somebody, there's always somebody to pay for that. So somebody's going to do it, somebody's going to pay for it, and somebody's going to enjoy it and say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And you know what? We need people like that. That's the thing. You need people to buy this because it keeps your ticket cost from going up. It's not a big deal, but a lot of people don't like this idea. So with all that being said, what do you think? You think this is a good deal? Bad deal? Whatever deal? Who gives a deal? Let us know. Head over to Facebook and give us a shout out over there or on Twitter. Okay, also this week, Talking Mickey on Main Street USA could be going away in a few months. According to several posters on certain forums, I will not say who they are, it looks like the Talking Mickey Mouse character who meets guests daily on Main Street USA at the Magic Kingdom may be going away in the near future. The technology that allows guests to talk to Mickey impressed with its first debut in 2013, and this version of Mickey Mouse subsequently has become a guest favorite, especially among younger guests who enjoy the interaction with the world-famous mouse. So, however, according to the aforementioned reports, that is a $5 word, Disney is looking at cost-cutting measures across the resort. And in the next few months, Talking Mickey will be replaced once again with a regular Mickey at this location. This seems like a strange choice for a cost-cutting, as the savings for swapping one Mickey for another will be minimal, but the guest impact could be considerable. As Mickey at the Magic Kingdom often has a wait time of an hour or more, as guests wait longer to talk to Mickey in this attraction. Though unconfirmed by Disney, reports indicate that entertainment cast members have already been informed about the change, which could be coming as soon as May. So yeah, they're saving money having Mickey not talk, and they're taking more money by offering fast passes. Huh? Did I read that right? So take away something that people want and make you pay for something else. All right. Well, all right. I did read it right. Okay. Well, that sounds like a deal. All right. Well, I'm just talking the news. So, with that being said, what do you think? If you get a chance, go say goodbye to Mickey, because he's not going to be able to say goodbye soon. That is the news for this week. Oh, yeah. There also is some new audio coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios starting this week, and they've redone the entire park's entrance and streets to like a big band kind of a jazzy feel to it. I'm gonna quote unquote try to put some behind my main topic this week and give you a listen to it. It all depends on what quality I can get, so we will see. But give us a listen to that and let me know what you think on that. With that being said, that is it for the news this week. And we will be right back to talk about if a Walt Disney World annual pass is worth it. So we'll be right back right after this.
For all of us here at News Center 4, I'm Ron Burgundy. You stay classy, San Diego.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to the Go Ask Mickey podcast, voted #1 podcast 6 years in a row. Was somebody else? Wasn't us. No way. Definitely wasn't us. But somebody did it. I don't know who, but they did. And they were really good. Just not us. We're not there yet. Someday. So, anyways, This week we are discussing the Walt Disney World's annual pass. Is it really worth it? So, let us get into that right now. Now, do you visit Walt Disney World so much that you are thinking about getting an annual pass? Now, Disney loves die-hard fans, and the park planners do everything possible to entice fence sitters, are you a fence sitter, to become annual pass owners. They provide 2 options for all guests, plus an additional one for residents of Florida and members of the Disney Vacation Club, or DVC, who may struggle in choosing which annual pass is right for you. Now here's a quick little guide to the pros and cons of each one, and we'll go over them one at a time. Now, the basics of a Walt Disney World annual pass, okay? Let's get into that. Disney's annual pass all provide the same primary benefit. You get to visit all 4 gates at Walt Disney World as many times as you like during a calendar year. Now, each pass also includes park hopper benefits, meaning that you can crisscross Disney's Orlando campus all day long. I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm going there. Entering any park wherever you want. Now, that's true in theory anyways. In execution, a couple of loopholes do exist, and depending on which annual pass you can buy. Now, before we get into the specifics of each pass, let me explain how the process works. Now, once you buy a Disney annual pass, it won't activate immediately. You will start the clock on your 365 days of annual pass ownership on the first day at one of the parks. Now, in other words, you can give a family member an annual pass for Christmas. Ta-da! Hey, Merry Christmas. Hugs, kisses, whatever. And that pass won't activate on December 25th. Nope. Instead, on the 365-day window begins on the next day that your family member tries to enter a theme park. So it doesn't activate until you go to the touch point. Now, at that point, they'll have to head guest services to activate the annual pass. So once you decide to go, you show up, go to guest services first before you try to get in, because they won't let you in, and then a fight breaks out and it turns ugly. So the process is simple. You sign a form, you attach a form of payment to your account, and then you give a fingerprint or a thumbprint, and the last step is necessary so that you can enter the parks each time. You will use the same digit on your fingerprint scanner. It's usually a thumbprint. I put my thumb. Disney has a security measure in place to prevent guests from attempting to use the same annual pass. So your brother, your sister, your cousins, your neighbor's best friend's former roommate cannot use your annual pass. It's only you. So once a person has activated the annual pass, they can enter the park anytime by using fingerprint plus a magic band or pass holder card. Disney did add surge pricing in 2016, though. Simultaneously, the company added the blackout dates to some of the annual pass, and we'll discuss that in a little bit. But first up, let's go to annual pass benefits, okay? Other than park admission, the 3 annual passes have benefits. All pass holders receive access to Disney's photo pass services. In other words, you can ask Disney's amazing photographers to take a picture of you at the various settings across the parks, resorts, and Disney Springs. All of these pictures will automatically upload to your Disney Experience account via your magic band. Say cheese. And the service even works on ride photos. Every memory of your Disney visit gets photographed for prosperity's sake. I don't know, every moment. You know, they don't have them in the bathroom, do they? I hope not. You also get the free parking, which is at Walt Disney World, which is a huge benefit for frequent guests and Florida residents in particular. Pass holders also receive free magic bands. Hey, they're $13 each. You know, you gotta get where you can, and a specialized email each month. Finally, many restaurants, merchandise stores, and on-sites provide 10 to 20% discounts for annual pass holders, and these savings can really add up. Depends on how much junk you buy. Stuff you buy. Now, the Gold Annual Pass, which is a type of annual pass, isn't available to everyone. Unless you're a Florida resident or a DVC member, you can skip this section and move on to the next one. So fast forward a little bit and you don't have to listen to this. People who are eligible for the Gold Pass generally like it a lot. This is the cheapest annual pass, and it's the most limited one. The Gold Pass has several blackout dates each year, and in 2018, the blackout dates are from March 24th through April 6th, plus the 12 days of Christmas. So Disney's blackouts, spring break from many parts of the country, plus the end of the year's holiday rush. So don't plan on going then, you're not going to get in. Other popular dates such as July 4th, Thanksgiving aren't blacked out, though in total, less than 1 month out of the year isn't available to Gold Pass members. Anyone who wants to go on one of those days can always buy a regular ticket though. I don't know why you would, but go ahead. The second con of the Gold Pass is that you don't receive access to the minor parks at Walt Disney World. And those are the water parks and ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. Now, Disney does sell an annual pass for the other water parks, and whether you see the loss of these privileges as a big deal depends on how much you enjoy the water parks. Although the ESPN campus does host a wealth of interesting sports events each year, they do a spring baseball over there, I think. You still have to pay admission for these events, even if you have an annual pass. For example, if you have to buy tickets to see a spring training game of, say, Atlanta Braves, it's difficult to assign a precise value to minor park access. At a price of $559 plus tax, the Gold Pass is only $29 more than a 10-day Park Hopper Plus ticket. And anyone who plans to visit Disney for 10 days should go ahead and upgrade to an annual pass. In fact, I'd say that that's true for any tickets of 7 days or more. Without discounts, a 7-day Park Hopper Plus is $500. That's a huge difference that you'll make up via shopping and meal discounts. Plus, you get the PhotoPass option, which is an invaluable addition. Say cheese. Now, let's talk about the Disney Platinum Okay, let me rewind. What's that? Okay, do it again. The Disney Platinum Pass. And let's talk about the Disney Platinum Pass and the Platinum Pass Plus. Wow. I think I just peed myself. Get it? Platinum plus pat. Nobody gets it. Okay. We're moving on. The other two annual passes at Walt Disney World are better. They're also more expensive. Only you can decide if you're getting what you pay for. If you're not a Florida resident or a DVC member, however, these are your only two options. The basic premium I cannot do this. The basic Platinum Pass is effectively the Gold Pass without black updates. It also doesn't include admission to the water parks or the ESPN Club. However, it's identical. At a cost of $779 plus tax, you're paying a steep premium for those 4 weeks of blackout dates. I only recommend this pass to people who love to spend the end of December and spring break at Walt Disney World. Even then, it's not a great value. Now, Disney instead, the Platinum Plus Pass is the top value. You'll feel like a member of the Disney Elite when you own this kind of an annual pass. It basically gives you the run of Walt Disney World. You get free. Woohoo! I own everything. You have permanent admission to all major and minor parks on campus. You can park hop as much as you want at the 4 theme park gates, and you can also visit the water parks and ESPN complex whenever you want. You even get free green fees at Disney's Oak Trail Golf Course, a beautiful 9-hole par 36 course located on 18-hole Disney Magnolia. Having access to all these things at Walt Disney World doesn't come cheap. Platinum Plus Pass is currently $869, although DVC members can currently buy it for $559. That's a deal. If you're a DVC, you should absolutely do this before the deal expires at the start of January. For everyone else, $869 is a stiff price. I'm a strong proponent of the benefits of this pass, but it's going to be wasted on anyone who doesn't visit Walt Disney World a lot. And I mean a lot. Now, there are cheaper options, and let's get into that. Your options, if you don't want to spend $560 or more on an annual pass, but do want regular admission to Walt Disney World? Well, you may have other options. Depending on where you live, Florida residents have a backup choice if the Gold Annual Pass is too pricey. You can purchase the Silver Annual Pass. Hello! The Silver Pass currently costs $419. That's obviously a lot expensive. And what do you get for that amount? Well, these features are similar. You still gain admittance to all 4 Disney theme parks. And this plan also throws in a free parking. Hey, good for you. And PhotoPass privileges. The drawback is that you face a lot more blackout dates. With the Silver Pass, you cannot visit Walt Disney World from December 18th to the 31st, or January 1st to the 2nd, March 24th to the 31st, and April 1st to April 6th. You also lose admission for most of June and July. Although Disney hasn't confirmed summer of 2018 blackout dates yet. In other words, this pass is best for Florida residents who prefer to visit Walt Disney World during the off-season. Okay, that would be the Silver. The Disney Weekday Select Pass is a Walt Disney World is even cheaper. And there's a catch. This pass doesn't entitle you to park admission on Saturdays and Sundays. No weekends, people. Otherwise, it's exactly the same as the Silver Pass in terms of benefits. Again, this option is only available for Florida residents, and if you live in the area and work on weekends, however, it's a pretty strong value at $269. So that's not bad. You get blackout dates. You don't get the weekends. But for $269 during the weeks, it might be worth it. But you got to live in Florida. So what it's worth, I recommend both of these passes, but not the regular Platinum Pass, which feels like a bad compromise solution to me. As always, you should always do what you feel best, though. And one final note is once you own an annual pass, Disney insensitizes you to remain a pass holder. Renewals are cheaper than first-time purchases. So, for example, the $779 price for a Platinum Pass drops to $662 for renewals. And there is one catch to this, though. The start of the new pass begins the day after the old pass expires. So they're grabbing you and making you start where the other one left off. So your clock is ticking. So you don't get to have that leeway of going in whenever you want and starting your annual pass at that point. It starts for you. So as such, it's not a great deal if you don't visit the parks for several months after your pass expires. So you're planning for months when you won't need a membership. Keep that in mind as you contemplate a renewal. So what do you think about that? That is everything you need to know about a annual pass for Walt Disney World. There definitely have advantages and some disadvantages. So depending on how much you go, I would say there's an annual pass for you. Now the main thing is some people go once or twice a year. Now if you're going twice a year, I say if you are going more than 10 days within a calendar year, you should be getting the annual pass. Now that would be the cheaper one. You got to double check for your blackout dates, double check on when you're going. This way it will be a benefit for you. Keep that in mind and let us know what you think. Annual passes are good, especially if you live in Florida. They give you a deal because you're in Florida. But some people have DVC, some people have so many different options. They constantly drive, some people drive, they're close by, whatever it is. So that is it for basically the annual pass cost. Is it really worth it? Is it worth it to you? And that is it on the Walt Disney World annual pass, and if it is really worth it. What do you think? Is it worth it for you? How often do you go? This is all questions you need to ask, you need to know before you end up going there, so you're not stuck paying extra for tickets that you're not going to use. So that is it for this week's show. Thank you for listening, and we will be right back to close it out in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Be right back.
It is just a delay. That's all it is. All major theme parks have delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked.
Yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
All right, that is it for this week's show. Thank you all for tuning in and listening. I hope you have a better understanding of the annual passes. There's so many of them, and they're really hard to pronounce, so good luck with that. If you're planning on going within, like I said before, more than 10 days within the calendar year, I would suggest looking into getting an annual pass. If you could, if you like what you hear, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, give us a like over on iTunes, Stitcher, all those places. Follow us wherever, and send us your emails. If you have any questions, send them to goaskmickey@gmail.com. And until next time, Disney Nation, rock on!
Head on over to goaskmickey.com or check us out on Facebook or leave us a review on iTunes.